In today's world,
I think something is happening.
Frankie enthusiastically brings an amazing eclectic mix to the airwaves.
You got that right.
One of the reasons she's earned legions of loyal fans is very simple. When you listen to the Frankie Boyer Show, you just never know what's going to happen next. So listen for yourself. Here is Frankie Boyer.
And welcome. It is Frankie Boyer, and this is Biz Talk Radio, and joining us today is someone who has been an inventor of virtual storefronts. So my first question, and he has spent over 20 years working with the most sophisticated media publishing and technology tools in major cities across this country. And my question for Tobin is really, Tobin, welcome to the program. But my question to you is, are we ever going to not walk into a brick and mortar store?
That is a great question, and I think the answer to that question is that we are always going to walk into brick and mortar stores because we are creatures living in a physical world, and we need human relationships. We don't just need stuff. We have a loneliness epidemic right now that is fueled in part by people isolating themselves behind computer screens. Even if they're on a social network, it's just not the same as FaceTime. So facilitating the infrastructure that we currently have for having relational transactions and sales at the local shop is kind of like what we're all about. And I think that that's going to be a growth field coming up in the next decade. You look at how the metaverse has all of a sudden become a non-talking point for Mark Zuckerberg. He's kind of forgotten about it. And my feeling was always that the real growth in technology is technology that facilitates online to offline relationships and interactions. The best example I can think of is Airbnb.
Yes.
When you use technology to book an Airbnb, but when you're at the Airbnb, you're not on Airbnb. You're having a real life experience. And I think we just need more of that. We don't need more screen time. We need more reality time. We need more relationship time with the people around us.
Absolutely agree. With artificial intelligence taking over and scares the heck out of people. And there's that fine line between technology and, as you're saying, the need for human connections. And tell me how, so what exactly is a virtual storefront?
So back to the analogy of Airbnb. Like, Airbnb is an online service that indexes all of the different aspects of the place you're going to stay. Does it have 2 bathrooms, 1 bathroom? Does it have an outdoor seating area? Does it have a fire pit? All of these features are kind of like put into the Airbnb listing. Similarly, yes. What we do is we have merchant ambassadors, real people. A lot of them are college students who are ready to make storefronts. They're paid $50 per storefront. And what they do is they go to that business and they create a list of keywords, which we call a word picture. And this is the kind of unique value that virtual storefronts has. And they paint that word picture and they put your storefront together, which is technically a page at virtualstorefronts.com. And that page defines your business, and then Google comes to virtual storefronts and links all of those aspects of that business to the keywords that we put into it. I can give you, for instance, an example.
I was going to say, can you give us an example of that? That would be really great, Tobin Brogunier.
Yeah.
Brogunier.
Brogunier. We have it. It's a very confusing name. So it's Brogunier, and it'll be if you come to virtualstorefronts.co. That's our informational website. You can see videos with me. I also recommend our YouTube channel. So if you just type in YouTube virtual storefronts, our channel will pop up. It has lots of explainers. But I think what we really need right now is an example. We have
Yes.
a 24-year-old entrepreneur we're in rural North Carolina, where 2 out of 3 local businesses do not have a website, right? They just are not marketing online, which is a huge problem. We need to get people, everyone's finding things online. Google might know that your restaurant has food, but does it know that your brewery has hummus? No, it doesn't necessarily know that. It knows your brewery has beer, but it doesn't know anything else.
It doesn't know that it has
Google's
hummus. Okay, yeah. So it's like when
kind of like the
when you're
Yellow
looking,
Pages used to be.
So when we're looking for an Airbnb and we want a swimming pool and some of the commercials that you see promoting, do you want a nice kitchen? Do you want a pool? What kind of pool do you want? You want multiple pools? Whatever your flavor is today, they try to accommodate what your specific needs are for you and your family.
Correct. Exactly. Because it's been indexed by Airbnb, right? They create the service of describing what exists in real life. And we're very similar. So, for example, we have a 24-year-old entrepreneur. Her name is Taylor Rain. She just opened a boutique in Andrews, North Carolina, which is the rural town that our pilot is in. And she started her business on Etsy, creating custom T-shirts and custom designs. So she's tech savvy. We went to talk to her, and she said, I want nothing to do with making a website. She's 24 years old, and she knows what a hassle it is. She doesn't want to do it. So she got a virtual storefront, right? So virtual storefronts, as we say, it's not technically a website, but it's better than a website. It's easier than e-commerce because there's no e-commerce aspect to it.
I was just going to ask you that.
Okay,
so wait, whoa. Tobin, explain to us, how is it that it's a storefront, but it's not e-commerce?
So what we're doing, again, much like again, the Airbnb analogy is very useful here, is that we give a description of what the customer, using that list of keywords, can find in their local area. So, but the merchant doesn't have to sell that thing on virtual storefront. It's an approximation of, it's marketing. It's an approximation. It tells the consumer what they can find in the area. So back to Rain Boutique, which Taylor Rain is running, we created her virtual storefront. She has a selection of purses, right? It's a very small place. No one even know that this is whatever. So, but now, today, if you go to Google and you Google purses, Andrews, North Carolina, her virtual storefront turns up as a search result. So it educates the public that there's a purse available at this local business. So Google only knows what it's told, We have to see Google what these businesses have.
What if I want to if I want to purchase one of the purses, isn't that considered e-commerce?
If it happens online. But our goal is to facilitate offline. So you discover her virtual storefront, and now you are aware through Google that she has purses in your local area. Now it allows you to go and shop locally, to personally go to that store and buy a purse.
So
we're trying to create,
let me ask you a question. So if I'm living in Boston, which is where I do live, and I like one of the purses and I can't get to her storefront, would I have an opportunity to purchase that online as well?
Not on virtual storefronts. What our goal is to index every business that's around you in it's Middlesex County or Suffolk County?
Suffolk County.
So our goal is to get so presumably there's retail businesses that are independent that are all around you that sell purses that are not chains, and that's who we on virtual.
We have so much to talk to.
It's non-franchise.
It's not a franchise. Okay, I get it. I'm starting to understand now.
Yeah. So we're taking Lemons, which is these independent businesses they don't have a website solution. They aren't franchise marketing. It's not Dick's Sporting Goods or who's in the purse space. It's not Macy's, right? So Macy's has purses but they also have the marketing infrastructure and the franchise power to inform them. So what we're doing is we're taking the smallest businesses, and they all work.
All right. So when we come back from break, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to continue fascinating conversation today with Tobin Brogunier. And Tobin, real quick, your website.
So we have the .co, which is virtualstorefronts.co. That is the informational website, and we have just opened up sales to the entire country, so anyone can buy a storefront there. And then .com is where you go in the future. You type in purses, and you find the closest purse to you in Suffolk County and go buy it.
We'll be back in just a moment. I'm Frankie Boyer. Stay tuned. This is Biz Talk Radio.
It's a brave new world in media with hundreds of video and audio channels to choose. Have you noticed? There's a catch. Paying more for what once was part of my entertainment package. Biz TV is free on YouTube. Real stories about real entrepreneurs. A fresh look at the game of business. Hey Siri, get me Biz TV on YouTube. It's free. Did I say it's free? Biz TV, now streaming on YouTube. Hey Siri, get me Biz TV on YouTube or visit biztv.com.
And welcome back. It is Frankie Boyer, and this is Biz Talk Radio, and fascinating conversation between the distinction, and there is such a huge distinction between storefront and e-commerce, and joining us to explain all of this is the man that just is launching, has gone from a pilot program to rolling it out, virtual stores and the future of retail. And welcome back, Tobin Brogunier.
Hey,
nice to have you with us.
It's great to be here.
Founder and CEO and inventor of virtual storefronts. And okay, so you started
for all of it because it's a group effort and there's a big team behind it that have done an amazing job building the technology. I don't code and all that. Just for clarification, I want to make sure everyone gets credit here.
Yeah. So, Tobin, you started this pilot in little rural America, and now you're rolling it out to the whole country?
Exactly. So our company is based in Atlanta. We work with developers in Atlanta and also throughout the world. But we wanted to introduce our technology to rural America, where we have a major problem that we found. 2 out of 3 rural businesses, retail businesses, do not have a website, right? So it's a major problem that needs to be solved. And we felt that if we can solve this problem for the people of Cherokee County, the westernmost county in North Carolina, which is very rural, but also surrounded by 4 major cities. So we're 2 hours from Atlanta, we're 2 hours from Chattanooga, 2 hours from Knoxville and Asheville. So we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. We're kind of in the center of everything. And it's just a really good place, with really nice people. And, we have had great success kind of selling this product in person. And now in 2023, we're moving to a new, our scaled model where anyone in the country can buy it. And in celebration of that, we have a new series where we announce the first business in any county that gets a virtual storefront. We announce it on air at a show that I host in front of a 6-foot by 9-foot map with 3,243 counties in the United States. We color them in and announce the first business in that county when they sign up. So I'm on the edge of my seat for who's going to be the first business in Suffolk County, first business in Boston area to sign up.
Yes.
They're going to get a shout out. They're going to get a shout out on our YouTube channel.
Awesome. But I want to take it one step further. If I want to contact a store because I'm in Boston and they're in North Carolina or Asheville or wherever, can I contact them to send it to me? Is that how it works? So it goes directly through the retailer?
Yes. So if you did find something on virtual storefronts that you wanted, the idea essentially is to kind of show shoppers what's right around them. Like, so the way that it's indexed, if you go to virtualstorefronts.com, you'll see it's mostly businesses in North Carolina, and there's a pin, and it tells you how close everything is to you. And we also have our own search function. So if you type in local honey, it'll tell you in Boston, if you're in Boston with our app, it'll tell you that there's local honey available at the record store in Andrews, North Carolina, 1,200 miles away. But what we want to do, and why our scope is coast to coast, is we want you to be able to type in local honey into either our search engine or into Google and come up with a result that has local honey down the street from you in Boston. That's our goal, is to get you connected to what, as a solution to, for example, to almost use like Amazon. Instead of purchasing local honey on Amazon, I want you as a customer to go to Google, go to Virtual Storefront, type in what you want, and find the business locally that has it.
How long do you think? How long realistically do you think this is going to take hold?
Well, the only real factor in something like this is media. It will take hold as quickly as the popular imagination that supports small business and supports independent businesses wants it to take hold. This is the best tool. I mean, I'm biased, obviously, but this is, for most people who have worked in this space, this is the best tool ever invented as an answer to franchise marketing for local businesses. And businesses all work together to create a much larger web presence on virtual storefronts. So in Cherokee County, we are overrepresenting all the local businesses, many of which weren't even showing up in a Google search at all before they became part of virtual storefronts. So I don't really see any reason why businesses at our price point, which is $18 per month with a $50 setup fee, essentially like a Netflix type charge. Very useful for your business. Yeah, it's very low cost. And that's intentional because we can make a profit at scale.
But Tobin, I don't understand how you can do it so affordably, to be honest.
Well, our scope is, our customer base is a scaled network economy. It is actually quite possible. We do offer a 1-year subscription. So the more businesses that participate, the bigger we get, the more revenue that we bring in. Each storefront is simply a hosted page. It's the miracle of scaled network economy. It is actually quite possible. We do offer a 1-year subscription, which is $199 per year. And it really works. Comparable SEO solutions, just search engine solutions like SEMrush, for a single business will cost $300, $400 a month. But we all benefit when we participate in virtual storefronts because it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So as I like to say, like Google is indexing like crazy. We're teaching Google what's available in Cherokee County. And we want to teach Google what's available in Suffolk County. And all we need to do that is to have these businesses sign up. And they can do that at virtualstorefronts.co. There's an order page, and it takes 5 minutes. And once it's done, we just text you a link to your phone, and you can preview it and approve it, and boom, we publish it. It takes about 7 days to make one.
It's so brilliant. I mean, it really makes a lot of sense in this day and age.
I love that because that's exactly how I feel.
It does. It does. It's such a great resource. Can you imagine if you're a small retailer looking for that customer? Because, we all want to support local. I spend extra money in some of the stores in my neighborhood, not because I want to spend extra money, but because I know the power of having them there and the convenience of that power.
Exactly.
So I support them.
wouldn't it be great if you knew, if we knew for you everything they had, but those business owners didn't have to do any e-commerce? We index everything around you so that you can just search for it and know what's around you, like Amazon.
Absolutely. I love this.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Tobin Brogunier. Well done, well done. Thank you so much, and give us the website as we say goodbye. Go ahead.
virtualstorefronts.co, then virtualstorefronts.com. I'm looking forward to come back and visit next year and talk to you about how many businesses are benefiting from this. It's
wonderful.
Thrilling. It's already working very well with a very small number of businesses, and we got 3,237 counties to go.
Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll take a quick break and be right back. I'm Frankie Boyer, Biz Talk Radio.